Ladies and gentlemen, this video is being made from the premises of the DSS in Abuja. You all know who I am. My name is Ethnicity. I'm the special counsel to Kanu.
All right, so we have some major breaking news this evening. Today is the 25th day of October 2025, and as news may have it, that Kanu special counsel Ethnicity has collapsed in Kuje prison in Abuja. Well, before I say what I want to say, I will first of all read out the news for you so that you will hear it and know what is happening. It says, breaking news. Nnamdi Kanu's special counsel Ethnicity collapses in Kuje prison. The details. Ethnicity, when he woke from his situation, narrated that he could not sit straight or stand as nurses at the Kuje prison are attending to him. Ethnicity, the special counsel to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has fallen ill in Kuje prison, Abuja, 24 hours after the presiding judge, Abubakar Omar Said, a senior magistrate at Kuje, refused to sign the bail bond for his release. Sahara reporters learned that Ethnicity was unable to meet with his counsel, Barrister Maxwell Okpara, during the routine visit to the facility. Ethnicity, when he woke from his situation, narrated that he could not sit straight or stand as nurses at the Kuje prison are attending to him. Sahara reporters understands that he may be transferred to the hospital. Ethnicity was arrested on Monday with 12 others, including Nnamdi Kanu's younger brother, Prince Emmanuel Kanu, by the Nigerian police during the Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest. They were thereafter tear-gassed, beaten, and then transferred to the CID unit of State Police Command before being detained overnight at the notorious SARS cell known as Abattoir. On the following day, they were driven by the police all the way to the Kuje magistrate without their lawyer and summarily remanded by the senior magistrate Abubakar Omar Said, who reportedly had a deal with the police to keep them incarcerated. Also on Friday, human rights activist and two-time presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore was arraigned with Ethnicity and others. The same magistrate granted bail and then disappeared without signing off on their bail bond. Ethnicity is said to be at the clinic being attended to at the Kuje Correctional Center by some nurses, where his condition is said to be deteriorating fast. All right, so that is the news we got this evening, that, special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Ethnicity, collapsed in Kuje prison today. You see, when I tell you that this injustice going on in Nigeria, that when it will rise up, that I don't think that the Nigerian people or the Nigerian government will be able to manage it. We are talking about the one they are handling. We are talking about the case of Nnamdi Kanu. They are joining others to it. I'm not calling for violence, but I'm telling you the fact. The fact that Nnamdi Kanu is being detained illegally by the Nigerian government. We are upon that, and they went on to arrest his lawyer, arrest Sowore, and arrest some other people, saying that they protested in a place they were not supposed to protest. I don't get it. And even after the court has granted them bail, according to this news we had, that the court, that the magistrate that granted them bail did not sign the bail off. Tell me, what kind of judiciary do we have in Nigeria? Now, let me shock you. Listen to this news. It says, they were thereafter tear-gassed, beaten, and then transferred to the CID unit of State Police Command before being detained overnight at the notorious SARS cell known as Abattoir. They were detained at a notorious SARS cell as if they are criminals, as if they are notorious criminals. Now, listen to this. He said, on the following day, they were driven by the police all the way to the Kuje magistrate without their lawyer. Mark this, without their lawyer, and summarily remanded by the senior magistrate, Abubakar Umar Said, who reportedly had a deal. Please mark this. He said, who reportedly had a deal with the police to keep them incarcerated. So the magistrate now is having a deal with the police to keep them incarcerated. So Nigeria has become a place now where the judiciary is having a deal before they give out their justice or their judgment. So you will see what is happening in this country. You will see what is happening. A magistrate court set somebody free, and the same magistrate did not sign the bail off. Oh, what a country. What a country. Anyway, I'm now going to allow you to listen to the analysis that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Maxwell Okpara, gave. Because a lot of people, keep saying, why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer went to protest? Why did this? I will ask you now. Tell me where it is in Nigerian constitution that a lawyer don't have right to protest. Tell me. Anyway, I beg you, because in this video you're about to watch, Maxwell Okpara took time to expose some things that people don't really understand. In Nigeria, people come online because they have data. As Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will always tell you, it's just to buy data 200 and come on social media and yab. They open their mouth and talk, the ones they know and the ones they did not know. Why is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer protesting? Why are they protesting? Why did they not allow the courts to have judgment? Talking shit. Talking things that doesn't really make any sense. Please, I beg you to spend a little time and listen to the man that knows. After listening to him, you do well to drop your comment in the comment section what to think. But I tell you that the rate of injustice in Nigeria is going high on daily basis, and something must be done about that. Something must be done. Please listen to this.
In other stories, the special advisor to the President of Media and Public Communications, Sunday Dare, has warned rights activist Omoyele Sowore against using street protests to influence judicial proceedings. Dare was reacting to the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest in Abuja, led by Sowore, in a post on his verified X handle. He insists that matters of justice are resolved in courtrooms, not through public agitation. According to him, such demonstrations are counterproductive and only create tension, thereby undermining the rule of law. He stressed that Sowore's actions would not be tolerated in any law-abiding society. He also explains that the case of Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, predates President Bola Tinubu's administration and remains strictly under judicial consideration. Well, joining me for an overview of the protest and an in-depth analysis of the legality and timing is Maxwell Okpara, a human rights lawyer. Thank you so much for joining us on the news tonight. And you're telling me you have gained your PhD, Dr. Okpara.
It's my pleasure.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
So, you were part of the protest yesterday.
Yes, I participated.
You are also part of Nnamdi Kanu's legal team, as I understand it to be.
Certainly.
Great. So, my question, following, what critics and those who oppose, such as the presidential aide, would be, as a lawyer yourself, does it not raise contradiction that while there's an active case in court, you then descend to the streets to ask for your client to be released? Help us make sense of that. Why did you decide to do that?
Well, I have been, as a researcher, I've been going through the laws to see the law that say that a lawyer cannot protest or participate in protest against injustice, or when the right of his client is being violated. I'm here to see the law. Assuming that there is a law, that law cannot be applied as a valid law, because the Constitution said any law that contravenes any provisions of the Constitution, that particular law should be in abeyance. Now, having said that, we are not protesting asking court to give us judgment. Get it right. We never protested against any issue that has to do with court.
The hashtag is free Nnamdi Kanu. So what are you protesting for?
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Okay.
So we are now asking that free Nnamdi Kanu now, because your actions, we are not talking about the executive, towards discriminating against him. What do we mean? Now let me start from the judicial angle. Courts, 5 courts, 2 foreign courts and 3 local courts has given judgment in favor of Nnamdi Kanu against federal government. 1 even awarded 1 billion naira in his favor against federal government. The other one awarded 500 million naira in his favor against federal government. Court of Appeal, the 3-man panel, they discharged Nnamdi Kanu, and federal government refused to comply with that law until after close to 2 weeks. They now remember that they can file no stay of execution. Then they file it in court and went to Supreme Court. Now, that one is on that. Now, the president now, instead of looking at all these issues, rather what the president did is this. He now directed the police and the army to go to the north, to go and negotiate and discuss with bandits. And all of us saw it with our naked eyes. Those who are committing the act. Secondly, the president now come back and see all those people. Court said, you are a murderer, you should die by hanging. You are a drug addict, you should serve sentence. President came back and pardoned all of them. And said that when you talk about that of Nnamdi Kanu, they said that one is in court. Now, Mariam Sanda, her own matter is still pending at the Supreme Court. The president did not even ask the lady, go and withdraw your appeal at the Supreme Court before I will consider you, simply because she's from the north. All right. Now, when you see all these things, you see that this is a discrimination against Nnamdi Kanu and the Igbos, which is against Section 42 of the Constitution, which say that you don't discriminate against anybody because of his religion, sex, tribe, or whatever thing. Okay, Dr. Okpara, as a lawyer, you do understand the importance of dealing in facts and facts only. You've raised the allegation. First, you said the president, instructed people to go and negotiate with bandits. You do not have evidence to that. You also said the president released Mariam Sanda. As a lawyer and a learned person, you know the process for prerogative of mercy before it gets to the president's table. So let's deal with facts and on your client's case. So when you say there is, what you term, how would you term this against your client? Because you're saying it seems to be biased. You are saying the executive is biased. Yes. But this case is in court. I'm not saying that. Is it the only case that is in court? Is this a cry for help? Let me ask you. Yes. Is this a cry for help because you feel that you will not get justice in the courts? That's why you decided to go to the streets? No. We are saying that the president is #1 person. He has the power under the Constitution to direct his Attorney General to discontinue any charge. He has the power to grant presidential pardon. He has the power to resolve, and he has been doing it. We have seen it. Presidential pardons are given to convicted individuals. He's still undergoing trial. Can you listen so that you understand where I'm going? So that we don't confuse our public as well. I need to speak in facts. Yes. Yes. We are saying that there is a judgment against the government in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. Have you complied with that? What stops you from complying with that particular judgment? Was it not appealed to a higher court? No. Though these ones are not appealed, including Kenya. Kenya in their judgment called, there is no name they did not call Nigerian government in kidnapping Nnamdi Kanu. Now what we are talking about is that when you are exercising your power as a president, you should exercise it in a situation whereby people will not see that you are dividing the country. You are discriminating against a particular tribe. It is wrong. And people need to protest against that. So this is about ethnicity according to you? Of course. All right. Let's, without prejudice to the court, help us understand this because you're a lawyer. Currently, prosecution has closed its case, as I understand it. Yes. There was a no case submission filed. Yes. It was overruled. Yes. The defendant, a call to come and open your trial by 23rd. By on the 23rd, yes. Which is 2 days away from now. We are good to go. But you are on the streets. Protesting? Yes. Who said that I cannot protest? I want to get, may I be guided? Which law said that I cannot protest? Do you know the meaning of protest? That I cannot complain.
I'm not saying you cannot protest. I'm saying
protest means complain. Protest means complain. That's the meaning of protest.
And you don't, can I ask you?
It means expressing what you have in mind, so that the president can right the wrong.
So this is about the president. You're
Yes,
calling on the president.
On the president, not on the judiciary.
Not the judiciary.
Not on the judiciary.
Okay, so my final question to you, before I let you go, do you have faith in the Nigerian judiciary to prosecute this case? Well,
I can say yes and no. Why should I say yes?
Yeah.
Why I say yes is that because I have seen where judges, Nigerian judiciary delivered judgment where all of us clap.
Okay.
I can also say no, where we have seen a judgment that if such a thing happened, just like that of Nnamdi Kanu, Court of Appeal gave judgment. Forthwith, federal government refused. After close to 2 weeks, the same government have the audacity to meet the same Court of Appeal, asking them to stay execution, the first in history. Case Nnamdi, the first in history. You now stay execution, staying what? And it was granted before they now goes to Court of Appeal. So in that particular instance, if you should ask me, judiciary did not behave well. But we have seen where judiciary look at the government, they say this one is wrong, and they give judgment against them. That's why I said yes and no. Okay, great. As a Nigerian, I mean, you have the fundamental rights to protest on any matter. Thank you so much.
The Igbos are on trial. This is a war against the Igbos. Of course, you are here when the president ordered the police and the army to go and negotiate and have a discussion with the terrorists and the non-bandits in this town. And somebody that is exercising his rights as given to him by the constitution, both local and international legislations, and you say that he should enter trial. Trial for what? What is it trial? What are you trying for? Do you have even jurisdiction? Does the court have jurisdiction to entertain this particular matter? Somebody that has been discharged by Court of Appeal. So we don't want to go into that. This is a trial. Again, this is the Igbos are on trial. This is a persecution, not a prosecution. And I stand by it. And I'm calling the entire Nigerians. It's the Igbos and the Nnamdi Kanu today. It can be another person tomorrow. And we should stand against it. That's why we are protesting. Why should we be treating a human being like this? Simply because the offense Nnamdi Kanu committed is because he's an Igbo man. Can you do it somebody from the north? Can you do it somebody from the west? You cannot. People have been agitating. So-and-so has been going around agitating for Republic of Oduduwa. Have you arrested him? The answer is no. Because Nnamdi Kanu is an Igbo, and they feel that nobody can speak with him, for him. And we are saying no to that. We can never be intimidated. Nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. Nobody is a second-class citizen in this country, and we are going to fight it. I'm begging judiciary to not allow yourself to be used. They know what they are doing. Are you telling me that it was on the 13th? Court gave you 2 weeks. 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you now produce the document on the 13th, and you kept it with you. You did not allow us to go and see our client with it, only for you to serve us 5 minutes before court is sitting, and you asked us to respond. Is this injustice or injustice, for goodness sake? We should call Evo. And when you call Evo, it will stop existing.
You can say that defense had no ample opportunity to react to it. It was more of an ambush. But nonetheless, the court had ordered further that Nnamdi Kanu be examined by the Nigerian Medical Association. That examination was never carried out, and the order was entered on 26 September and restated on 8 October. That part of the order was disobeyed. They never examined him. So the report is based on some informal meeting they held with Nnamdi Kanu as far back as 18th September at the DSS headquarters in Abuja. They were invited to do that by the DSS. The court and the DSS are not the same. So what we have in court, or what we were served in court today, quite frankly, we cannot be sure where it emanated from. Did it emanate from assumption, or did it emanate from the examination carried out on 18 September before the court entered an order on 26 September. So we were quite surprised, flummoxed, and we felt a bit disadvantaged, but the proceedings had to continue apace as the court wanted it. So at the end of the day, the court made a conclusion and a ruling that Nnamdi Kanu must enter his defense from the 24th of October and conclude his defense by the 30th of October. So basically it's a 6-day trial. window that we are looking at there.
So how fit is the defense now? How fit is the defense counsel, defense team particularly, entering the defense now? How ready are you guys?
Well, you see, lawyers are trained to be ready for any eventuality. But the justice of the matter is another case altogether. I choose not to comment on that.
So wait, we have to comment. I'm one of. This is a public document. Brought in by the medical council through the prosecution. So they serve us this thing today. And if you watch there in this particular medical report, you can see all the ailments they say that Mazen Nandekalo is suffering from. And surprisingly, somebody that has all these particular issues, you now, in the last paragraph, to say that from your own distance, he can stand trial. Somebody that is passing through all these ailments. Having said that, too, go to make a consequential order. Say, please, go and examine him and report back to me. They never examine Mazen Nandekalo. Only for them to come up with this report. Nigerian Medical Council, they should be very careful because this is a professional body and you are expected to act professionally. In your report, you are expected, I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm a practicing lawyer. You are expected to show that on this particular day, we obtained his specimen. We carried out this lab and the lab showed this, and we are talking about somebody's life, for goodness sake. You cannot just enter into your office room and you open your system and start writing trash. And they want court to rely on it. And surprisingly, we are expected to take a date for us to go. And because when the court gave us an opportunity to respond, we are ought to have taken a date to confer from our clients. It was when Nandekalo said, what? We are the people that even gave Nandekalo this thing. When the court was about to sit, we are talking about somebody's life. Of course, as a matter of this thing, the Igbos are on trial. This is a war against the Igbos. Of course, you are here when the president ordered the police and the army to go and negotiate and have a discussion with the terrorists and the non-bandits in this town. And somebody that is exercising his rights as given to him by the constitution, both local and international legislations, and you say that he should enter trial. Trial for what? What is it trial? What are you trying for? Do you have even jurisdiction? Does the court have jurisdiction to entertain this particular matter? Somebody that has been discharged by court of appeal. So we don't want to go into that. This is a trial. Again, these Igbos are on trial. This is a persecution, not a prosecution. And I stand by it. And I'm calling the entire Nigerians. It's the Igbos and the Nandekalo today. It can be another person tomorrow. And we should stand against it. That's why we are protesting. Why should we be treating a human being like this? Simply because the offense Nandekalo committed is because he's an Igbo man. Can you do it somebody from the north? Can you do it somebody from the west? You cannot. People have been agitating. So has been going around agitating for Republic of Oduduwa. Have you arrested him? The answer is no. Because Nandekalo is an Igbo and they feel that nobody can speak with him for him. And we are saying no to that. We can never be intimidated. Nobody is more Nigerian than anybody. Nobody is a second-class citizen in this country, and we are going to fight it. I'm begging judicial to not allow yourself to be used. They know what they are doing. Are you telling me that it was on the 13th? Court gave you 2 weeks. 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you now produce the document on the 13th, and you kept it with you. You did not allow us to go and see our client with it, only for you to serve us 5 minutes before court is sitting, and you ask us to respond. Is this injustice or injustice, for goodness sake? We should call evil. And when you call evil, it will stop existing.
All right. So, what do you make of it? Do well to drop your comment in the comment section what to think, all right? I'll see you in my next video. Thank you very much, and may God continue to bless you.